Justin Bieber paid $1.3 million for a JPEG. Today, it's worth less than a used car. That's a 99% crash.
The crypto world is currently in financial turmoil with a stunning collapse of FTX, a crypto exchange once valued near $32 billion, and the plummeting price of Bitcoin, down 65% this year.
And he wasn't alone. Celebrities, athletes, millionaires, all bought in, and almost all of them lost money. So here's the real question. How did a bunch of cartoon monkeys convince the entire world to buy in? Because this wasn't just about pictures. This was about status, influence, and a system designed to look real. In this video, we're going to break down how it started, how celebrities got involved, and what really happened behind the scenes. And by the end, you'll understand one thing. This wasn't just hype. It was something much bigger and much smarter than most people realized. To understand Bored Apes, you have to understand one word: NFT. An NFT is basically a unique digital certificate of ownership stored on a blockchain, a receipt that says this wallet owns this specific digital item.
Imagine that you made a piece of digital art, essentially a JPEG on your computer. You can create or mint an NFT out of this. The NFT that represents your art contains a bit of information about it, such as a unique fingerprint of the file, a token name, and a symbol. This token is then stored onto a blockchain, and you, the artist, become the owner.
In April 2021, a new project appeared from a tiny company called Yuga Labs. It was run by 4 anonymous founders using only their online aliases: Gargamel, Gordon Goner, Emperor Tomato Ketchup, and No Sass. Their idea was simple and ridiculous at the same time. They generated exactly 10,000 cartoon apes with a computer, each with random traits: gold fur, laser eyes, sailor hats, prison jumpsuits, 3D glasses, cigars, even pizza hanging out of their mouths. Each ape was different, and each ape came with membership to an exclusive online yacht club, private Discord servers, parties, and the feeling of being part of a secret society on the internet. For months, nobody knew who the founders really were. They were just screen names on Twitter and Discord, promising to build something ridiculous with these apes. But the ridiculous part was just getting started. When Bored Apes launched, you could mint one straight from the website for 0.08 ETH, less than $200 at the time. They sold out in under 12 hours. Then the secondary market went insane. Within a year, the cheapest ape, the floor price, peaked at around 145 to 150 ETH, over $400,000 at the time. Some rare apes sold individually for more than $3 million. The turning point came in September 2021. Sotheby's, one of the most prestigious auction houses in the world, sold a lot of 101 Bored Apes in a single online auction. The final price? About $24.4 million, nearly double the high estimate.
It's an historical moment.
Rutgers Business School financial technology professor Dr. Marav Ozair expressed neither shock nor outrage nor confusion over Sotheby's auctioning off a lot of 101 JPEGs of cartoonish apes for $24.4 million.
Probably this particular NFT will increase in value because it was the first.
That sale blasted Bored Apes out of crypto Twitter and into mainstream news. Suddenly, this wasn't just nerds trading JPEGs. This was serious art, with old money institutions putting their stamp of approval on monkey cartoons. And that's when Hollywood showed up. Behind the scenes, a powerful Hollywood talent manager, Guy Oseary, quietly took a stake in Yuga Labs and started advising the project. Oseary's client list reads like a Coachella lineup: Madonna, U2, The Weeknd, and more. He knew exactly which doors to knock on. At the same time, a crypto startup called MoonPay launched a concierge service to help celebrities buy NFTs. They handled all the confusing wallet stuff, then delivered a shiny new Bored Ape into a star's account. Suddenly, timelines exploded. Jimmy Fallon posted his ape on Twitter and later showed it off on The Tonight Show, casually name-dropping MoonPay on air. Paris Hilton sat on the same couch, revealed her ape, and the two of them laughed about how they were both apes now. NBA champion Steph Curry joined in, buying an ape as his profile picture. Serena Williams, Gwyneth Paltrow, Post Malone, The Weeknd, Snoop Dogg, celebrities across music, sports, and film suddenly had apes as avatars. Among the celebrities involved, one massive name stood out: rap god Eminem. He even teamed up with Snoop Dogg to drop a music video. But even with names this big, even with all the hype, it still wasn't enough to save this sinking ship. Then came the headline moment. Justin Bieber reportedly spent around 500 ETH, roughly $1.3 million, on Bored Ape number 3001. Owning a Bored Ape became the ultimate flex of 2021 and early 2022, a way for celebrities to prove they were early, plugged in, and rich enough to burn money on internet cartoons. It looked organic. It looked like everyone famous just happened to fall in love with the same NFT collection. But according to later lawsuits, that might not be what really happened. In December 2022, a class action lawsuit was filed in California naming about 40 defendants, including Yuga Labs, MoonPay, Guy Oseary, and a long list of celebrities like Jimmy Fallon, Justin Bieber, Madonna, Paris Hilton, Kevin Hart, Steph Curry, and more. The core allegation was explosive. According to the complaint, MoonPay wasn't just helping celebrities buy NFTs. It was allegedly being used as a front to secretly compensate them for promoting Bored Apes and ApeCoin. What looked like genuine personal purchases were, the plaintiffs claim, undisclosed paid endorsements. Blockchain records cited in media reports showed MoonPay sending over 325 ETH, about $1.37 million, to a wallet linked to Post Malone shortly before he featured MoonPay in Bored Apes in a music video and social posts. An anonymous former MoonPay compliance employee, quoted in updated court filings, said they tried to find any record of celebrity clients in the company's systems and found nothing. No KYC files, no transaction history, no normal paperwork. To them, that suggested something was very wrong and that the company might be skirting basic disclosure and investor protection rules. The lawsuit painted Guy Oseary as the architect of a carefully staged campaign using his Hollywood network to manufacture the illusion that the world's biggest stars were organically piling into Bored Apes. Whether you believe that or not, the message was clear. This was not just a meme, it was a machine. While the money machine roared, another controversy was brewing. Conceptual artist Ryder Ripps began publicly accusing Yuga Labs of hiding racist and neo-Nazi dog whistles inside the Bored Ape brand. He pointed to the BAYC skull logo, arguing it resembled the Totenkopf skull used by the Nazi SS. He highlighted traits like Prussian-style helmets and colonial safari outfits as part of the pattern. On websites and social media, he framed BAYC as a kind of secret extremist in-joke hiding in plain sight. Yuga Labs called the accusations absurd and defamatory, but the debate exploded across crypto Twitter, YouTube, and art media. Ripps then launched his own NFT collection, RR/BAYC, that directly reused BAYC images as appropriation art meant to protest the original project. Yuga responded with a federal lawsuit. In 2023, a U.S. court ruled that Ripps' project infringed Yuga's trademarks and ordered him and his collaborator to pay roughly $9 million in damages and costs. They appealed. Parts of the ruling were narrowed, and the case dragged on for years. Finally, in April 2026, the parties reached a settlement. Ripps and his partner agreed to permanently stop using Yuga's images and trademarks and to transfer control of their RR/BAYC contracts, domains, and remaining NFTs to Yuga Labs. The legal war ended, but the cultural scar over what those apes really meant never fully went away. Meanwhile, outside the courtroom, the market was collapsing. In late 2022, crypto was rocked by the spectacular bankruptcy of the FTX exchange, which left a multi-billion-dollar hole in customer funds and shattered trust in the entire industry. NFT trading volume dried up. The Bored Ape floor price fell from a peak around 128 to 150 ETH, over $400,000 to roughly $52,000 by mid-2023, an almost 90% drop in dollar terms. By 2024, the floor had sunk to around 11 ETH, back near where it had started, and more than 90% below its peak. Justin Bieber's famous ape went from $1.3 million to roughly $12,000, a paper loss of about 99%. Other celebrity apes quietly changed hands at steep discounts or just stopped being shown off at all. Yuga Labs, once valued around $4 billion after a huge venture funding round, began restructuring and laying off staff in 2023 and 2024 as it shifted focus to metaverse gaming and tried to get back to its core. At the same time, industry studies were reporting that around 95% of NFT collections now had effectively zero market value. And that big celebrity class action? In October 2025, a federal judge dismissed the lawsuit against the stars, ruling that the plaintiffs hadn't shown BAYC and ApeCoin were securities, and that the claims weren't enough to proceed. No one was held legally responsible for the crash. For most people, the hype just evaporated. The internet had already moved on to new obsessions like AI, meme coins, and whatever the next trend would be. So what was the Bored Ape Yacht Club? A groundbreaking digital art experiment that accidentally became the face of an entire new asset class? A brilliant community-driven brand that flew too close to the sun? Or was it something darker? A carefully engineered celebrity hype machine fueled by opaque payments, non-disclosed endorsements, and a culture that confuses status with value? Maybe it was all three at once. A bubble, a movement, and a warning. Let me know what you think in the comments. Was BAYC the greatest art experiment of the internet age, or the most elaborate celebrity-fueled scam ever pulled off in broad daylight? And after watching this story, would you ever buy an NFT again?